Hi, Marley Cutbush here from Nordhavn, Australasia. We're down at Fort Lauderdale International Boat Show 2024. Absolutely incredible show. We're on the Saturday. We've had thousands of people through the whole show. It's pretty cool vibe. But today behind me is the Nordhavn 59 Coastal Pilot. Pretty cool boat, something different from Nordhavn. Really cool layout. Still the Nordhavn DNA and the quality of finish, but just a completely different layout. So let's check it out. So we're here with Ben Sprague. He's from Newport, Rhode Island, or thereabouts.
Yep.
Been with the company for a long time.
18 years.
18 years. Yeah. So 18 years with Nordhavn, and we're on the 59 CP. And maybe tell us a bit about your highlights of the boat.
For me, it's a complete departure from what we're known for as being long distance, full displacement boats. This is a boat that you could use it as an interim boat, but you could also have the ability to turn the key and get up and go. This boat is equipped actually with larger engines than the earlier models were. She's got 800 horsepower, twin 800 horsepower MAN engines, because the owner who built this boat wished to have a little more speed.
And so traditionally they were 600s, or?
They were 715.
715.
Cummins QSM 11s was the previous model.
And so what have they done some sea trials on this boat yet? What's sort of their wide open throttle?
I don't know what they've done. I know from experience with when we showed hull number 1 in, I think, in 2016 or 17, we took it out of the Annapolis Boat Show, and Eric Leishman joined us, and he was driving, and he got her up to 25 knots.
Oh, wow.
And as I said, I tell people you won't like the fuel burn at 25 knots, but it's nice to know that it has that, so you could get out of the way of something in a hurry if you needed to. But you're typically, I think, going to cruise at about 15 knots, maybe a little less. And if you wanted to try to conserve as much fuel as possible, then just dial it back down to 7-8 knots.
Yeah.
And
that'll give you a 1,200 mile range?
At least, I think, yeah. 1,500 possibly.
Yeah.
But very different in the respect that the our full displacement boats all carry enough fuel for a 3,000 nautical mile range.
Yeah. So what sort of, through the show, we're at Saturday now, so we're 4 days of the show, and what's the feedback like? This is one of the younger boats, right?
Fantastic, great feedback. I mean, still at the shows, we're getting lots of people who've never been on a Nordhavn, of any description. But there's also tons of good chunk of the folks who come aboard are familiar with Nordhavn now. And when I started working 18 years ago for Nordhavn, that was rare, because it was new enough, even though we've been around since 1989. With the onset of the Nordhavn 46, but fantastic. They love the fit and finish, the design, layout, engineering.
It's quite special. The quality and the fit out is typical Nordhavn, but then you look at the layout and the configuration, and it's complete difference.
Very different.
So, very. And it sort of feel like it didn't get many runs on the board early, but I think seeing this boat now here at the show and the feedback on it, it'll probably start getting a few more runs on the board.
I think so. I do. Yeah.
And they do. This is obviously there's two different versions, different layouts of this, isn't there?
Yes, and the ones that I was telling your colleague about earlier is that the motor yacht version, which this is not, this is the cockpit version for fishing, being an interest of all of us, really. But the motor yacht version extends the salon aft a good bit, and then the deck runs all the way to the transom, and you've got steps going up to get up to this level. But also we have done a layout where the galley is forward. So we've done some of those, and I think hull number 1 had the refrigerator to the right this way, closer to the port side, and had a dedicated staircase down. It was what it's called a winder staircase, which means it's eventually got pie-shaped treads.
Yep.
Which can be a little tricky if you're not being careful. overwhelming comments that I would hear, which is kind of silly, was people saying, "Oh my gosh, that's where the master is down there. I guess you're not going to have more than one drink."
So that was
Which
then
is
an
so-
aft master. Was that the design of
Yeah,
that?
yes, as this is as well.
Yeah.
I mean, the owner's stateroom is down furthest aft and just at the waterline.
Does it gain more room as everything moves back, or not so much?
That'd be a really good question for Jeff Leishman. I'm out of my element there. It's hard to tell. And oftentimes people ask me, what is the square footage inside a boat?
Yeah, it's
And we don't really talk about that very much.
big enough.
It's very hard to quantify it and actually measure it.
Yeah.
It's not like a house
Yeah.
because there's so many different
Nooks and crannies.
things
use
you're
of-
trying to
use of
move.
volume, right?
Yeah, and I do tell people, and they're just blown away by it, is that there is so much storage available on these boats, whether it's this boat or the full displacement boats. I keep pointing over there because they're over my shoulder. But I like to think that Jeff Leishman, every time or any time he sits down to design a new line, challenges himself to leave as little wasted space.
Yeah.
There's hardly any at all.
Cool. Well, thanks for your time.
My pleasure.
Thanks for taking the time to have a look through this Nordhavn 59 coastal pilot. My name is Marley Cutbush from Nordhavn, Australasia. We look forward to welcoming you on board.